Print no URL, sleeping for 1 second, continue, try URL. All right, so if completed, we're going into some web scraping. We're doing some Python web scraping today. What are we cooking up? Dark Sniper? We built a web scraper, and now we have all these to-dos on this web scraper. We need relative URL support, max depth to prevent too many URLs. We can limit the number of URLs that we download, and we want to do domain lock so we don't download the entire internet. Scraping just general internet. We're actually scraping my website. So this is my website right here. We're scraping my website because we're downloading the data. And I feel like since, web scraping in general is a gray area. Also, since I showed you on Friday how to bypass some of the bot detectors, right? How to bypass the bot detectors. All right, we're getting past some little securities there. Okay, it's worth it. Scraping it. Yep, you got it. How do you get past the rate limiting? You don't. You just go slow. You just go slow enough. If there's rate limiting, you just go slow. That's it. And then you can, why not just let it download all the data in 2 weeks? Who cares if it takes 2 weeks? Do you stop web scraper from taking data from the website? You really can't. There's no way. You can't, because I'm showing you how to get around it. The only option is to do a human verification. You've probably seen those Cloudflare screens where please verify that you're a human before you proceed. Those are the only real way to stop the web scraper. It really is. Although what you could do is get the cookie header after you verify as a human, copy the cookie header, and then put it here as a cookie, right? So you could use this. What you do is you grab that cookie that you got from the verification that you clicked, right? To say that you're a human, that little checkbox, that green checkbox, and you say cookie here, and then you paste here, that. And then you're done, and then you can download it all. That's another way to get around it. Robots.txt tells scrapers to try not, right? Hey, Sam Fishback, you know about robot.txt. You know what you could do? You could ignore the robots.txt altogether. And what are we doing right now? That's right. So you see here. So how to bypass. All right, I'll show you guys how to bypass. Thank you for the hearts and reactions, you guys. How to bypass the bot detector. So detectors. All right, let's do this. So first off, user agent, custom user agent, sometimes 2242. Your website has great user interface. Yeah, you think so? I'll let them know. I'll let our team know. Hey, thank you for the great user interface compliment. Thank you for the good compliment. I appreciate it. Thank you for the reactions, the party poppers, and the likes, you guys. Welcome on in. All right, so let's see here. Copy paste. All right, so user agent. So you can see here we did custom user agent. We're not going to do. You could also do a cookie. You could also do cookie to bypass user human verification. Hey, Pilt Money. Thank you for subscribing. Verification, right? Cookie for that user agent, right? So you just copy that from your web browser. Yeah. Thank you again for subscribing, guys. Thank you for the hearts, reactions, and likes. They could have, let's see here, Stephen Bloom. All right, you might be the best CTO ever, bro. Really? Thank you. More companies need more people like you. That was a really great compliment. Thank you. I appreciate it. My gratitude to you for you thanking me, and thank you. I thank you so much. That makes me feel really good. Is it Easy Man? Easy Man, thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. Good to have you here. Today we're doing some web scraping. Glad you found your page. I am teaching myself Python. Nice. Black.83. This is the channel for that. We did it. That's the last 2 weeks. We went through all of Python. Basically the majority of Python. Every single little aspect and all the little tricks as well. I know it's maybe 20 hours worth of Python. It's like 20 hours worth of Python. You know what though? It might be worth it. Great to find that start building button works. Yeah, Jin Lu, thank you. I don't know if you guys didn't know. There's this button right here. There's this start button right here. Jin Lu clicked it and it's like, hey, it doesn't work. Jin Lu clicked it. ESP. Whoa, it's not EPS. Oh, EPS. I thought it was going to be EPS. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome on in. I thought it said ESP32. For a second. How do you start building an agentic scraper? Well, an agentic scraper you're going to give the agent access to a web scraper, which is what we built here. And then you're going to allow it to make calls on whether it wants to download or not download it. So that would be an agentic scraper. It really depends on what you want to build it for. And you can do it. It's called function calling. It's called function calling, tool calling or function calling. So tool calling / function calling equals agentic. All right, there we go. Boom, boom. What kind of ways would you avoid tripping detection if solving the capture flow? Yep, downloading the file aside from a jitter viewport. Right. Copy paste the cookie, ignore robots.txt, which is, not courteous, right? How do you say? It's like you're not being very nice, not nice, but everyone does it anyway, right? You can ignore robots.txt and then use a domestic, residential IP address. There you go. So don't, right? Because IP blocks are purchased by large companies that are then leveraged when they make outbound calls from web servers. That IP block will be, one of the IPs will be in the IP block. The protectors, the web bot detectors, recognize all of the block IPs. If your IP address matches the block, they're going to flag you as a potential bot. And they might block you, and they probably do. So that's why you want to use a residential IP address. Is it local or vitally? What is vitally? You mean remotely? Is web scraping illegal? Google does it. Google does it all the time because there are some things about the browser trying to not use access data, like the robots.txt. Web browsers don't typically... robots.txt is meant for bots, right? A web browser is usually a human, so a browser won't need to download the bot file. Random Thoughts says, hi, how's it going? Good to see you. Bro, what are you doing right now? We're building a web scraper because people were asking about it. So I want to get back into it here. We're web scraping more than 1,000 websites without using Selenium. Yes, it is. In fact, what we're building here can download all those websites almost simultaneously within a few moments. Bro, check out PyDol. All right, we'll check that out real quick. I'm curious about that. PYDOL. What is that? It's a monitor traffic for reverse engineering APIs. Here's what I'm looking at. PyDol allows you to not only monitor traffic for reverse engineering APIs, but also to intercept requests in real time, used to block ads, trackers, and images. Ooh. Eliminates the need for external drives, which simplifies setup. Okay. Anti-detection and invasion. It incorporates features to bypass anti-bot systems, human-like interactions, native browser fingerprint control. Now we're getting into nefarious area. That's pretty neat. Selenium is not even the best option for web scraping. Try Firecrawl. Ooh, that would be a good one. Firecrawl. Firecrawl. Okay. So, it's an API service. Okay, so interesting. AI apps with clean data from any website featuring advanced scraping. So yes, if you're really wanting to get some clean data without you needing to clean it yourself,